We met here because as a result of the incident that happened on 25th, His Excellency the President instructed a multi-agency team in government, bringing together the Ministry of Interior and Coordination of National Government, the Ministry of Lands, and our colleagues from the Nairobi Metropolitan Services and the City County of Nairobi to immediately pay special attention to what was going on at Mukuru kwa Njenga. The challenge there is complex, but frankly, the problem boils down to just basically two main issues. One, the land tenure and the settlement arrangement across the board. And you know very well in this country, when you have problems of that kind in an area, it provides an opportunity for all manner of monkey business. You know, cartels and so on come in and people try to manipulate the processes. And of course, that has even tried to take political advantage of the situation to play politics with it. To basically take advantage of the miseries of people and try to do politics with it. So the intention of our president is that we find a lasting solution to Mukuru kwa Njenga once and for all. The upgrading program in the informal settlements in Nairobi has gone on very well. In Mukuru kwa Ruben, very successful. When it came to Mukuru kwa Njenga, the infrastructural review work was done, and there was a little bit of a misunderstanding between the demands of our colleagues from the Ministry of Infrastructure, the plan of Nairobi Metropolitan Service, and then that meeting with the challenges of the land tenure caused a crisis. And then there was a very regrettable incident, I have to say as a responsible public servant, a very regrettable and unseemly incident on the 25th of December when members of the public were forcibly evicted and some of them even actually injured unfairly in a manner that ought not to have happened. I have to be frank, it ought not to have happened. We could have avoided that if we had worked and coordinated better. Now, we have come together, all of us. The community leaders are here. We have listened to them this morning. They have given us very useful information. They've told us the history of the place, the challenges that have been there, and we really appreciate. Frankly speaking, I thank the Lord that I had the opportunity to listen to these people because they have the knowledge of the area, they understand what the challenges are, and we have listened to their proposals completely. Secondly, we also have had time to listen to our colleague, Jen Obadi, the Director General of Nairobi Metropolitan Service, who has been working very deeply in that area, who also has got very deep contextual knowledge and is very well informed on what is going on in that place. A combination of that, we have taken the decisions that some of which have been outlined by my colleague, the Minister for Lands. Cessation of any of those activities going on at Mukuru kwa Njenga. The surveying and everything else is going to be handled by the government alone. We will engage immediately with the landowners because we respect property rights. We will talk with Orbit Chemicals. We have already opened up conversations with them, and the government is going to remain engaged with them to see how we find a lasting solution. This is not the first time we are doing that. This is how we sorted out Waitiki in Mombasa. This is how we have sorted out challenges in other parts of the country, where we find their landowners on whose land the members of the public have occupied. So we work with them so that we protect their property rights on the one hand, while on the other also we look at the livelihoods and the settlement of our people, because it's our Wananchi. These are our people. These are the ones who pay us. We are their employees. So we must also look at their interests and their welfare. So we will strike that balance together. And there's a method that we will propose to Orbit Chemicals and the others, and we will find a solution to this. We are confident that we are going to find a solution to this, and this will be a story to be told in future, but a good story. We are going to resolve this matter completely. So we have started a plan that we have announced today of return to normalcy in Mukuru kwa Njenga. We will next meet the group of the leaders of those who are in the tents, the displaced people, because we have met the elders, we have met all this. We are now going to have another meeting with most of those who are displaced. Our teams are working on the census of those people. We want to address them and support them. As they return to normalcy and they return to settle down in places where they were, we see how best we can support them to do this. We have also done our own house cleaning and housekeeping. And we have told our colleagues in the security sector and reminded them of a decision that was made by government a year ago when His Excellency the President instructed at the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic that henceforth, movement of populations from areas where property ownership is contentious is going to be done methodically and in a manner that involves all agencies. So that you see an OCS or an OCBD does not move on its own because the order has been served on them. We respect court orders and we will respect court orders, but we will implement them and obey them in a framework that also takes care of the interests of the people that we have. Because I've given this example several times before. My colleague and I have been dealing with a problem in some part of the country where a landowner has an order to evict 17,000 people. And we tell the landowner, that's fine, you have a right to evict these people, but where will you take the 17,000 people? So why don't we sit down with you and discuss with you and agree, this your land, 300 or so acres, 130 have been occupied by these 17,000 people. Now, through SFT, let the government see how we can accommodate these people. Some of them are even willing to pay, so that you can occupy your empty bit of the land, but we also take care of this one engine. Which government is going to evict 17,000 of its citizens? How will you do it? How will you do it? And why will you do it? I mean, a democratically elected government evict 17,000 people, schools and everything. You can't do that. So we always have to strike that balance. And in the case of Mukuru kwa Njenga, now is the time to fully and finally strike that balance. Sit down with the property owners. And fortunately, I have been informed by my colleagues. They are very understanding people. They are very reasonable people. They have actually been involved and they have been engaged with these leaders before. We will come together. We are one family. Those wonderful people are Kenyan investors. They're Kenyan citizens. These are our people. We are Kenyan leaders. And we are sure that we will meet the deadline that we have been given by His Excellency the President to resolve this matter and to settle these people. While I have this opportunity, let me re-emphasize this point to all my colleagues in the security sector, especially the police command across the country. Their Inspector General is here. He has communicated this to them before. We will respect court orders, yes, that ask us to evict people or where we are asked to remove people. But we have to strike that necessary balance between the property rights of the individuals and the welfare of our people. It's good enough to order me today to go and evict 10,000 people from a particular place. Where do I take them? I have to sit down and strike that balance. That's why we are a democratic country. That's why we engage in conversations and deal with this matter. And henceforth, I said this a year ago, we are not going to have those types of things happening in some of our urban areas like we saw on the 25th. Those who engage in this will be called to account, and we have actually called some of our officers to account on this matter. It's no longer going to be an issue we just talk about it and go away. We must be mindful of the welfare of the people we lead. We are not a colonial government who are going to deal with this wananchi as if they are not part of us. These are us. These people are us. They are ourselves. We are one family. When there's a problem, we must now adopt a very reasonable, balanced, and sensible way of solving problems. It cannot always be force. It cannot always be force. We must also have other avenues of engagement. And that's why we are seated here and we have spent time here this morning. That's why, again, we're having a second round of meeting with General Badi, IG, myself, PS Kibicho, my colleague CS Karone, and my colleagues here with the team, the leaders of the people who have been affected who are in the tents. And we'll continue engaging. We're going to stay on this until we amicably resolve this thing fully and finally to the comfort and settlement of our people. That's the desire of our president, and those are the instructions from him, and we will stay on this path. We have been given 30 days to ensure that this work is done. The first phase we should do in the next 14 days. The Ministry of Lands has already started some audit work on this, and we are going to ensure that we remain engaged with these wonderful people here who lead the team in Mukuru kwa Njenga and the other colleagues who are out there so that we resolve this matter. As for our political leaders, I want to ask them kindly, let them be part of the solution. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Be part of the solution. That's my very simple and very humble request to each one of us, political leader or otherwise. Be part of the solution. Don't be part of the problem. There's nothing we cannot resolve if we are agreed to talk to each other and engage the way we are engaging on this particular matter. Once again, thank you to the leaders from Mukuru kwa Njenga. We have now started a journey together. We are going to be together, as we said, next week and the week after, until we get this matter fully and finally resolved. If there's any problem, we are only a phone call away. This is our duty. We are not doing you a favor. This is our duty. It's our responsibility. This is what we have been hired by the president to do. Solve problems for our people. So we are ready. Don't worry about the time of the day or night. We are ready to resolve these issues, and let us keep working together so that now we build a better community, we have better understanding, and avoid regrettable situations such as happened on the 25th of December. Thank you so much, and God bless you.